Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, 9th class. I hope you all are fine in taking your online classes. Today our topic is meiosis 1. We have already studied mitosis. My meiosis and mitosis are actually same. Somehow same and some differentiation exists. I will do comparison of both during this lecture for your better understanding the concepts. Okay, the first step of meiosis is actually prophase 1. The main difference between mitosis and meiosis is exist in prophase 1. And its one is the longest phase in meiosis. And this is your important MCQs. Okay, which one is the longest phase in meiosis? Then the correct answer is prophase 1. I have drawn this diagram and I will label in this lecture, during this lecture, for your better understanding. Okay, beta. So these are actually chromosomes. I have drawn chromosomes in pairs. The both chromosomes are in pairs. Now they are known as a bivalent. When they are connected each other, they are known as bivalent. Now I am going to mention it as bivalent. Bi means two. Both pairs are known as bivalent. It may also be known as tetrad. Why it is known as tetrad? Because it has 4 chromatids. 1, 2, 3 and 4. It may also be known as a tetrad because it has 4 chromatids. And one arm is one chromatid, this one is chromatid, this one is also chromatid and chromatid, and the complete pair, yani ke 2 pair of chromatids are known as a chromosome. This is one chromosome, this is a second chromosome, and it is known as a bivalent, and it may also be known as tetrad. And the tetrad is connected at this point of attachment, and this point of attachment is known as centromere. Centromere is the point which hold these 2 chromatids together. Okay, beta. So for a differentiation and for the better understanding of the concept, I am going to create a difference between these 2 bivalents. I will make one bivalent as shaded. Okay, now I have created some difference, so you can easily understand the genetic recombination which will be going in next step. This is known as bivalent tetrad. Now have a look. Now number 2nd and number 3rd chromatid align up in such a way they form a phenomena which is known as chiasmata. This is known as chiasmata. The number 2nd and 3rd chromatids intermingle with each other and form a process which is known as chiasmata. After this, they will exchange their segments. Sorry. Number 2nd and number 3rd chromatid exchanged their segments. The exchange of segment, this phenomena is known as crossing over. And this is a very important definition according to board point of view. They all are important definitions like bivalent, like tetrad, chiasmata, crossing over. These concepts must be on your fingertips. They come as a short question, and the whole prophase 1 came as a long question. You have to be prepared in every situation. After crossing over, the resultant chromatids will be like this. It's mean some information of chromatids 1 and 2 has been transferred to the 3rd and 4th, and some information of 3rd and 4th has been converted into the first and second chromatid. This is known as genetic recombination. This has not happened in mitosis, and this one is the major difference. There is exchange of segment, there is genetic recombination occur in meiosis but doesn't occur in mitosis. That's why we are different from of our parents. As we have already studied about sexual and asexual reproduction in class 8 or maybe 7th, there is no genetic recombination in unicellular organism, or in asexual reproduction there is no genetic variation. Parents and offsprings are alike, but in meiosis it is sexual reproduction, and there is a genetic recombination exist, and there is a difference exist in offspring and their parents. When you notice about your resemblance with your parents, you see you are little you have little resemblance with your father and mother, but you are not exact copies of your parents. Why? Because there is a genetic recombination exist. So beta, it was the step which was totally different from mitosis, but now and so on, the next steps will be similar to the mitosis. After this genetic recombination, the next step will be the same, which is known as metaphase, anaphase, and telophase, which we have already studied in mitosis. Now I'm going to explain all of this. Not so much. I'm not going to in detail, but I will give you a little more concept. After prophase 1, the formation of metaphase plate can be exist. This is known as metaphase plate. I think it will be okay to move with 2 pair of chromosomes. Then this is known as metaphase plate. Metaphase plate. Metaphase plate formation exists in metaphase. In mitosis, we have studied there are only one chromosome align up like this in mitosis, but in meiosis they are not in a lineup, but they are present in the form of pairs. They are exist in the form of pairs, so that each pair during anaphase, each pair of chromosome will be moved toward the opposite poles. But in mitosis there are only one chromatid which move or pull apart. So this one is the actual difference of metaphase in meiosis and in mitosis. Now after this metaphase, the next step is anaphase, in which separation or pulling apart of chromosomal pair will be exist. But you have to remember this, there is genetic recombination exist in these chromatids. In anaphase there is pinching, separation, or separation of chromosome exists. I have marked a point to show genetic recombination in these chromosomes. Now spinal fibers shorten and pinches the complete pair of chromosome towards itself. Have you seen this diagram? Then spinal fibers pulling this chromosomal pair to this pole, and this spinal fibers is pulling the chromosomal pair to opposite pole. In the meanwhile, non-kinetochore spinal fibers join each other to facilitate the process of separation, like anaphase. But now I am going to erase the prophase 1 to draw a telophase for you. Next step is telophase 1. We have to mark it 1 because it is the process of meiosis 1. Now have a look, beta. Chromosomes arrives at poles, at each poles, at separate poles. Each pole now has half number of chromosome. Okay, now it has half number of chromosome, and it also have half number of chromosomes. I have drawn this diagram to show the genetic recombination which have done in prophase 1. but each chromosome still consists of two chromatids. Each have two chromatids, 1, 2, 1 and 2. 1, 2. Its mean chromosome are present in the form of pairs. Spindle network disappears. Spindle network has been disappeared. Actually, this process is the reversal of prophase. New nuclear envelope formed, and in prophase nuclear envelope has been degraded. Now in telophase a new nuclear envelope has been formed. In prophase spindle network developed, but in telophase spindle network disappear. Chromosome uncoiled back into chromatin. Now it is going into its own thread-like structure. It was the highly condensed structure which I have told you in the earlier of mitosis. Chromosome uncoiled back into chromatin, which was a thread-like structure. I have drawn this diagram just for showing the process of recombination. Actually, now in telophase, it is in thread-like form, which is known as chromatin. It will not be in chromosomes. Now it is in chromatin. Nuclear division has been completed, but now cytokinesis has to occur for the separation, but there will be no separation during telophase. There must be one more step which is known as cytokinesis. Cytokinesis is actually the division of cytoplasm. It will occur between two daughter cells. Then it will be completed. Cell division will be completed after the cytokinesis, and cell will enter in interphase 2, which is also known as the resting phase or sleeping phase. Cell will go on rest period, which is known as interphase 2 for indefinite period of time, and there will be no S phase and no duplication of chromosome in interphase 2 because it will be the resting phase of cell. After these interphase 2, cell will enter in meiosis 2. It will be same as mitosis. I hope you understand all the lecture. Thank you so much class for taking this online lecture.